And welcome back to Poltergeist Board Games. Today we're going to be doing the top 5 war games of quarter 2. Yes, it is that time again. So, unfortunately, I only played 5 games this quarter, 5 war games. I played 10 um, non-war games, so unfortunately the pendulum is swinging to regular board games because I can get through them quicker. But, anyways, so let's get started. Number 5 um, is JU87 Stuka Ace by Lock and Load Publishing. It is designed by Gottardo Zancani. I had this, played it probably, I don't know, 7 to 10 times. It was, I thought, okay. I didn't feel, I don't know, challenged enough that I was getting enough damage, that I should be getting. Um, I I like um, Storm of Steel by Joe Fernandez. That game I feel, um, I don't know, better encapsulates. I know they're two different ones. Like a solo plane versus a squadron, but I just feel that one is a better a better representation. Um, the only time that was really tense or whatever is like when you're doing your dive, going into your dive bombing. Because you have to pass rolls. That was kind of fun because you're diving and you have to decide if you're going to start your dive up or if you're going to make it, like in the middle or at the very end, and then that all uh, determines your pull up and when you release and everything. So that was fun. The cards were okay. They you can kind of it's almost kind of like a deck building because you can remove cards and you can put cards in to better your deck. But anyways, I'll put some pictures up. But JU87 Stuka Ace is number 5 on my list. Number 4 is a cool little game. It's a good travel game. Crusaders, The Siege of Acre, 1291 by Joe Fernandez, produced by Blue Panther Games. So it's a little box, but it's a really, really cool game. You get a cool game in a small box. So my favorite part is I love these canvas maps. And look at this little map here. So you put the cubes on, um, as your defenders, and then as they get taken, you take a cube off, and then the enemy is tracked over here, and it's a cool game. So it's in line with his other games like the Alamo and there's another one I can't remember the name, but I'll post it up here. But it's a fun game. It doesn't take long to play, and it's a good travel game. You can throw this in your briefcase, your whatever, and take it with you anywhere. So that's number 4. Number 3 just came out recently. It is Market Garden or World War II Commander Volume 2, Market Commander or Market Garden by Compass Games and designed by John Butterfield. The first game was Battle of the Bulge, and if you played that game, this plays like it's area control. Very cool game. I like it a lot. I like the other one. It says 2 player, but it plays solo really well. But it's cool because you get these. These are area control wooden tokens. Um, and then you have cubes, activation cubes. Every time you activate a unit, you put it on there. It's got a card to put your units out on. I'll put a picture up. of that. You put your units on it, and then at certain turns, it will you take units out, put them in. Um, you can place them on the board in certain areas. You're pushing from west to east, trying to get to Arnhem and capture towns, and you get victory points along the way. So it's a really cool game. I suggest you try it and or buy it. You'll have a lot of fun with it, especially if you liked Battle of the Bulge. It's a great game. All right, my this is number that was number 3. So number 2 just came out recently too, and that is Engine Thieves by Wes Crawford and Compass Games. And this game is really cool. It's Wes Crawford just kind of keeps pushing the bar. He's quickly become one of my favorite designers, and I love his topics. He comes up with, the first one he had was The Pursuit of John Wilkes Booth, and then now this one, they made a Disney movie, I believe in 1956 or 59, called The Great Locomotive Chase, and it's about this adventure here. So you're the called the Raiders, and you steal the general Confederate train, and you are being pursued by three guys, Fuller, Murphy, and Kane, and they are first running, and then they switch when they get to a station. They switch to a pole car, so they're operating a pole car to try to catch up, and then if they get to a train, then they get in a train and they chase you. Meanwhile, you're trying to slow them down so you can gather tools at one of the stations, and you can disable the tracks to slow them down. You can burn bridges, that'll slow them down. But each thing you do takes time, and the time gives the pursuers time to catch up. So it's a really cool game. And then when you go to a station, you have to fool the station manager that you're really operating a Confederate train on for Confederate purposes. So you have a challenge that you have to pass. And if you don't pass, then you have to take on Confederate soldiers, and you have a firefight in the station, and your alert level goes up and so forth. But your object is to get all the way to the end of the map in the north. I believe it's like Bridgeport, and so, anyways, that's a really cool game. So I suggest you guys try it, play it. And give Wes Crawford a lot of credit. He's been doing really good work. So, anyways, thanks, Wes, for putting out a really good game. Okay, my number 1 game that I played this quarter is a big one. It is called Fields of Fire Deluxe Edition. So I was very, very hesitant about getting into this Fields of Fire because I'd seen the box cover, like it was the box cover. The original one is really an interesting look. I'll post a picture of it, but the guy is looking like he looks like hell. He looks like you want to send me back out, or something, like he's got this look on him that is very intriguing. But anyways, the gameplay is cards. So there's no game board. You are actually setting out cards, and that's like your map. So there's different areas that you will have to go through. And I'll show you the cards, but you go through. Another thing I like is the Spiral Bound rule book. That is really cool because it, opens flat, lays flat. It's perfect. And one of my favorite things is a freaking index. I don't know why more game designers don't do this, but a freaking index is perfect. There's nothing more frustrating than spending 20 minutes trying to find a rule that you read and you can't remember. So, designers, please, index. Okay, now I did this mess called Cube for Me, and it didn't work out so well for me, but people swear by it. But there's little containers that put your stuff in order and stuff. But all right, so here's an example. I gotta find the camera. Hopefully you can see that. So here's the woods. So this means this dark border means that that there's obstruction on the sides, and then you get like a +2 on your die roll. But it's really cool. There's woods. There's clear, like, open field. The open field is, obviously open, and it lowers your increases your visibility and lowers your chances of cover. Let's see what else there's. That you can put foxholes and trenches, and those are like little chits that you can put in bunkers. But the card play is really cool, and the instructions, like, I was very intimidated because I thought this was going to be a very hard game to play. There are a lot of rules to learn, but they have a really cool system on how to learn, and there's a lot of neat videos out there. I think the Board Game Chronicle, I'll double check and put the link in the description to it, but he has like an academy where he goes through situations, each one, and teaches. So those are really cool to watch. But the system is cool because it's like layering. So it teaches you, the very basics, and then it layers upon it, kind of builds upon what you've learned, and then tells you to apply it, in a training game, you play, and it says, try to add throwing a grenade this time, or try to flank your opponent this time, things like that. It's very cool. But this is a fun game. It's very, very deep. There's a lot of scenarios. There's Normandy, there's Vietnam, there's Korea. It's packed with stuff. There's like, the scenario manuals, the playbooks are like that thick. It's huge, and it's solo, so that's good. But it says it takes 2+ hours. That's probably about right. But it's a cool game, and it's made by GMT Games and Ben Hull. But I suggest going out getting it, especially the deluxe edition. So, anyways, that is all I have for you guys today. Those are my top 5 games of Q2. So stay tuned for Q3. I'm going to hopefully get more than 5 games in. I already have some games lined up. I have Drop Zone, Southern France, and then I think that's it. So I have 1 game so far, Drop Zone, Southern France, to get to. So, all right, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and drop a comment if you played any of these games. I'd love to know your thoughts on them, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.